Giving a test to a group of students, the grades and gender are summarized below. Round your answer to 4 places. All right, so 17 males got an A, 10 females, 3 males got a B, 11 females, blah, 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 blah. All right, if one student is chosen random, find the probability the student got an A. All right, so this is actually a little bit easier. So if you just grab somebody at random, what's the chance they got an A? How many people got A's in that class?
15.
27, right? Not making sense?
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at my screen.
Yeah, at least on my screen. Yeah, that's what I figured. At least on my screen, you might have different numbers on your screen, but on my screen, 27 got A's over the total. So 27 A's, what's the total? Oh, the total's right there. Good, I don't have to add it up. They're giving me the totals. Divide by 63. Use your calculator. They say, yeah, 4 decimals. I'm getting 0.4286. So there's the first answer. That wasn't too bad after all those hard ones. Next question. Find the probability that a student was male and got a B. So, okay, so in this table, how many are male and got a B in my table? So the number that are male and got a B over the total. So how many are male and got a B?
3.
Yeah, see the 3 right there? Those are males who got a B. Over the total, same total, 63. Divide that on your calculator. I'm getting 0.0476, like that. Okay, next question. Find the probability that the student was male or got a C. Now with or, we have to add up, don't we? Or means add. Remember, that's been kind of the moral of the story here in this section. Or means add. Or means add. And means multiply. So or means add. So how many people are male or got a C? Well, we've got to take all the males and all the C people, don't we? All those people are male or got a C. We got to add all those up, but we want to be careful. We don't want to add the 7. See how the 7 is circled twice? We can't add that twice. That's just 7 people. We got to be careful not to double count that. So what can you do? Well, there's a couple ways you could do it. You could just say, look, 27 is the total of these 3 numbers, and then just add the 15. Does that make sense? Because we really,
can you say that again?
So we really just need these 4 groups. Do you see that? Because the totals are on the edges. You could skip the totals if you want. Maybe that's an easier way for you to see it. How about that? How about I don't confuse you? And I just ignore the totals, probably easier for you. Just to add the 17, the 3, the 7, and the 15 over the total, what is it, 63? Is that making sense right there? So I just added up the various groups that are male or got a C. So that's the 17, 3, and 7, and the 15. I didn't use any of the total numbers. You could. There's another way you could do it more quickly with totals. Doesn't matter. This will work. And so then when we do that, we get something. I don't know. Was it 20? 35 is a 42 out of 63, I think. 10, 27. I don't know what that is. Am I doing the right? 27? Yeah, 42 out of 63 looks right. 42 divided by 63. So I'm getting 0.666. 6 is forever, so the last spot has to round to a 7. Remember, because they want 4 decimal places. Does that make sense on that or? I know that's tricky for people. Or means add. You've got to add up the various sections. So I had to add up the 17, 3, 7, and 15. Those are all the people that are male or got a C. Okay, finally, D. If one student is chosen at random, find the probability the student got a C, given, okay, now this is a given question. We're going to do a bunch of this next time. This given thing is special. When they say given, they are female. So they're telling us they're female. So if one student is chosen at random, find the probability the student got a C given they're a female. So whenever you're given something, like in this case, given that they're a female, what that means is you only consider females. You only use the female total. So the answer to this question is going to be the number who got C's over the total females. You don't use the whole total. You only use the female total. So how many total females are there? 36. We're only looking at this row. Does that make sense? We're only looking at the female row. The men are out. Why? Because they said given that it's a female, right? So like if I said to you, what's the chance you're going to get an A in this class, given that you study 15 hours a week? Now, I'm not meaning everybody. If I say given, then that's a fixed deal, right? Or if I say, what's the chance that you're going to buy a new house this year, given that you just won the lottery, right? So given means that thing happened. That thing's for sure, right? We know the meaning of that sentence, don't we? Right? I say, hey, what's the chance that my friend Joe can hit a baseball pretty good, given that he plays in the major leagues? Well, that changes the story, doesn't it? If you're given that he's played in the majors, there's a good chance he can hit the ball well, right? Okay, so you understand the idea of given. Given means that's for sure the case. And so they're saying, what's the chance this person got a C, given they're a female? So we're only talking about females. We're given they're a female. So we're only talking about the 36 females. So out of those 36 females, you're just talking about those 36 females, what's the chance they got a C? Well, 15 of them out of the 36 got C's. So I circled the 15 here and brought that down. 15 out of 36. So divide that on your calculator, and I'm getting 0.41666 is forever. So you know we got to round that, 0.4167.
Mr. Heron, mine says the exact same question, but it's backwards. It says that it was probability that the student was a female, given that they got a C. Would I get the same answer?
Good question. It's opposite. So let me write that up here. Really good question. Whoops, I'm kind of in the wrong pen mode here. All right, so yeah, let me write it out for you. Probability that they're a female, given they got a C, right? Is that what yours says?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so think about, remember, what's given is what you know for sure, right? So think again now about my sentence. Always try, I really encourage you, try to make this math real for yourself. That, if somebody was to ask me after 25 plus years of teaching math, what's the secret to doing math, making it more easy? My answer in one sentence would be make it real. Make it real for yourself. So if you're reading some given thing, don't just think about formulas and crazy math stuff, right? Just make it real. Just say, okay, what if I said, what's the probability that my friend Joe hits the ball well, given he plays in the Major League Baseball, MLB. He plays in the MLB. Well, if you're given that he plays in the MLB, then you know Joe plays in the MLB. That's what that sentence means, right? We know the meaning of that sentence. We all speak English. We know the meaning of that sentence, right? If I say, what's the probability that Joe is going to hit the ball well, given that he plays in the MLB? What do you know for sure? Joe plays in the MLB, right? When you're given, you know. So if they say you're given that they got to see, then you're talking about these people. You know they got to see. That part's for sure. What you're not sure about is whether they're a female or not. So what's the chance they're a female? Well, it would be 7. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's the male sign. It would be 15 out of 22, and then just divide it on your calculator. Does that make sense? So the part that you're given has to be the denominator. Like the total females was 36 in my case, because I was going across this way. So what you're given is the denominator. It's the total you're talking about. Like if I said, my friend Joe, given that he plays in the majors, we're talking about that. That's the group we're talking about now, major league players. So if we're given that she got a C, that's our denominator. That's the group we're talking about. We're out of those 22 people who got C's. Out of them, what's the chance we get a female? Well, 15 of those 22 people are females. Good question. Is that making sense? So whatever you're given is the denominator. Maybe I'll write that out down here. Given total is the denominator. You're out of those people, out of the females, in my case, and out of the people that got C's if they reverse the question. Great question.